The two ends of Italy's political spectrum have found middle ground. The Five-Star Movement and the League have agreed on a program more than 2 months after getting the most votes in the March 4th election. Their plan includes measures to cut taxes and boost welfare spending and a direct challenge to European Union spending rules. For more on this story, Dave Keating joins us from Brussels. Dave, how is the EU seeing this unlikely and Eurosceptic coalition?
Yeah, there's plenty in this agreement to make people here in Brussels very uncomfortable. Essentially, you've got one known entity and one unknown entity. The larger party in the coalition is this new Five-Star Movement. It's really unclear how Eurosceptic they really are. Their front person is Luigi Di Maio. He's made a lot of efforts to reassure the European Union that this isn't a Eurosceptic party, that they're not going to do anything really hostile toward Brussels. On the other hand, you have Matteo Salvini of the Northern League. That's a party that's been around for quite a while. It's very hard right. But neither of these parties are Eurosceptic in the sense that the UK Independence Party is Eurosceptic, for instance. They're not calling for Italy to leave the EU. They're not even calling for Italy to leave the euro. But there's a lot of things here that are really very EU critical and are going to make things quite awkward. For instance, the coalition agreement has a proposal to renegotiate Italy's public debt. It has a proposal to general proposals to end austerity, and most uncomfortably, it actually calls for a reopening of the EU treaties, something which people here in Brussels are terrified of doing. So this is going to be very unpredictable. That's the main reaction from people here in Brussels. They don't really know what to expect from this coalition government, and a lot may be riding on who becomes the prime minister. It's possible that it could be Matteo Salvini, although that looks unlikely. If it were, that would be an extremely uncomfortable situation here.
Right. So, Dave, we have a coalition. We have a program now. What comes next? As you said, a lot of it depends on who the prime minister ends up being.
Yeah, this agreement is being put to the vote of the two parties, over the next couple of days, and next week President Sergio Mattarella will be expected to either accept this government or not accept this government. Then we have an Italian government in place in time for the next European Council in the building behind me. That comes in June. So it's unclear who will be the prime minister coming here to represent Italy for that summit. But it could see the first big conflict between this new Italian government and the EU on the issue of Russia. The coalition government explicitly says that Russia is, quote, not a military threat. And of course, that is going against the conventional wisdom here in Brussels. And next month, they have to take a decision over whether to roll over the sanctions on Russia for its annexation of Crimea. And so the new Italian government may block the rollover of those sanctions. So there could really be some fireworks here with that new Italian government next month.
That's right. A few points of discord there. Thank you so much for joining us. Dave Keating there, live from Brussels.